So I can honestly say that a dietitian played a massive role in my life. I was diagnosed with late onset type 1 diabetes at the age of 31. I think the big shock came when they told me you're going to be insulin dependent for the rest of your life. At that time, it felt like it's the worst thing that can happen to you. But then I was introduced to a dietitian on that exact same day I was diagnosed. They made me feel like you'll be okay. The first thing is to understand food and the nutritional value of the food, and to make the right choices. Eating the right food through the day at the right times. Carb counting was the first thing she introduced me to. And the following day she came to me and told me, but listen, you're going to be a carb counting ninja. So stick to what she's teaching me and everything will be fine. I'm a qualified physiotherapist with special interest in sport injuries. So basically on my feet the whole day. I think the biggest misconception is that a dietitian is going to put you on a diet and give you a meal plan that's maybe out of your budget. I think, and the other problem that there is there's too much information on the internet and everywhere, and family members that will tell you what to do and how to eat. So I think just getting to a dietitian, just making sure that you are on the right diet and you're getting the right food for what you want to achieve.
Morning, girls. It's so lovely for me to be here today to chat to you about some important aspects in nutrition and then to tell you a little bit about dietetics as a profession. In little more than 100 years, we've gone from a world that was challenged by infectious diseases to a world that is challenged by chronic diseases of lifestyle. Unlike many influences that we are unable to change, nutrition is something we can control. Correction of nutritional deficits alone has been estimated to have the power to increase the world's intelligence quotient by 10 points. 26% of South Africans are food insecure. So children that are malnourished when they're little never reach their full height potential. They are what we call stunted and more likely to be overweight as adults. They again give birth to smaller infants and continue the cycle into the next generation. So we want to break that cycle with good nutrition. So learners that are interested in studying dietetics need to have an AP level of 33, and the subjects at school that you need to have is maths, science and biology. Does food and health interest you? Do you enjoy science? Do you see yourself in a caring, helping profession? And do you see yourself becoming a lifelong learner who wants to stay on top of the latest scientific knowledge? If you can answer yes to these, then dietetics may be something that you should consider.
In grade 11 was the first time that I heard about dietetics. So that was my first encounter with dietetics, and I haven't looked back ever since. Food, growing up, like anyone else, was just something you do. It's part of normal daily life. There was never really a thought into what effect the actual food is having in my body. So for me, food was just what it is for everyone else. a way to keep yourself busy, a way to fill yourself up. That's it. You think of what I normally tell students is that food is really quite a complex issue. Let's speak about this. What does food mean to your own culture? Why do I think that all Afrikaans people add margarine and sugar to all the food? Right? Is it true? Is it warranted? So think about these biases that you have towards other people's cultures, because that also influences how you also approach those patients. Where some of us grew up not seeing food as as something that you just do. For many people, it is really quite a sensitive topic. We have to keep in mind that food has a specific meaning for specific individuals, and that the meanings are not the same. Our Department of Nutrition and Dietetics at the University of the Free State is quite unique. We do have a small component of students. To us, it really works to our benefit, but also to the benefit of the students.
I can talk to you about a new study that I found that I think is quite important.
As a staff again, though we are a small group, we're quite diverse in what we focus on.
And it explains that the ketones actually cause the same amount of damage as glucose.
I think that is also what makes us, different and unique, in that we are able to express ourselves and we are able to focus on that which we are passionate about. We build these close relationships with our students. And so what always happens is, even when a student leaves the department, the bond that has been formed is still there, and we still get to hear from our students. We still get some feedback, and they are able to also teach us certain things that we are not aware of. We want to produce a student that is able to stand on their own feet and are able to, do work that is, good and that is impacting people. And what really makes it fulfilling at the end of the day is hearing those stories, not of the actual dietitians that we produce, but of the people they touched.
I became interested in dietetics at quite a young age. My mom and my dad are both in the medical field. My mom is a registered nurse and my dad is a clinical technologist. So I've always been interested in medicine. It's something that our family talks about quite a lot. So currently I'm doing my clinical block at one of the hospitals in Bloemfontein, and we are mainly focusing on the nutrition care process. We start with assessment. So firstly, with assessment, it's things like checking the blood work of the patient, doing weight, height, anthropometry. So if you think about breakfast, what did you have to eat yesterday morning?
I was eating a sandwich.
Doing a diet history, a 24-hour recall. Then next is in diagnosis. So with diagnosis, we have a list of nutrition diagnoses that we use, and we go from there. So these are all the problems that we can treat ourselves as dietitians. Then with intervention, this is our plan. So this is a step-by-step what we're going to do. So this will have things like our kilojoules that we work out, our goals for this patient, and where we would like them to be over a certain period of time. Then we have monitoring and evaluation, which is just checking to see if what we are doing is working. So we then will weigh the patient again, we will check the bloods again, full anthropometry, we will do a diet history again and just see what needs to be changed and if the patient is on the right track. What type of fish was it then? So I love working in the hospitals, having my own patient, having to sit and think what I have to do with this patient, what I have to, how to feed them, how to make sure that they meet their needs. That's something that is honestly very, very interesting to me. I love all aspects actually. I love community, I love food service as well. But clinical is just always, since I started studying, it was the thing that I wanted to do the most.